Okay, on this video for the Walker WP645TS-HD, we're just going to talk a little bit about the pause and recording features on this particular box, okay? The first thing to say is that you should really be using an external hard drive to utilise these features, not a memory stick. Not just in particular with this box, but any other sort of combo receiver, satellite receiver, terrestrial receiver that has PVR features, you're always better to use an external hard drive, okay? So with this particular box, and we've shown it in another video, it does prefer the FAT32 file system, and if you plug in a drive that by default is NTFS, it'll ask you to format it, and it'll take a minute or two to do this, but we've shown that in another video. So with your hard drive plugged into the front USB port on the Walker combo, basically, just for example, you want to pause live TV. You just hit the pause button. Simple as that. Takes a couple of seconds to kick in. When it does, then you'll see. Obviously, you know, you can go off, answer the door, answer the phone, go get a cup of tea, whatever, something like that. And if you leave it going long enough, you'll be able to fast forward through it and rewind, things like that. So just say, you know, you wanted to rewind back and see a goal in a football game, or perhaps if you had it paused long enough, you want to skip through the ads, you could fast forward and things like that. So I'll just show you an example of that now. Hopefully now I have it done long enough. If I hit the fast forward button there, you can fast forward through it a little bit and then hit play and you're back, or you can hit the rewind button and go back a little as well. So I obviously haven't got too much recorded there, but you know, if you were doing it over a longer period, you'd see it would work a lot better. So there we go, it's back in pause. If you want to just simply play from that point, just hit the play button, and you can see in the bottom right there, which just came up quick, you see time shift. There's 48 seconds that were behind normal TV. Now there's two ways of getting out of that. All you have to do is simply hit the stop button and you'll go back to live TV, or you could hit the fast forward button and just catch up basically to live TV. And you can see there now, we're just up there now. And that's it. So it's still time shifting. So if you just hit the stop button, then you'll get out of time shift and you'll be back to live TV. So that's basically it. There's also things you can do, like if, for instance, if you were in the EPG. Now the EPG on the Sairview end of things, the Sairview channels, is going to be far better than on the satellite ones. On the satellite you only have now and next, but on the Sairview end of things, you actually have a full 70 EPG. So you can see here, if I wanted to record this program, say I'm a huge fan of the Jonas Brothers, I could just go on there, and once I use the arrow keys to arrow over and down to the particular show I want, all I have to do is simply hit the record button, and that's it, and that will start recording. Now if I was to do it for one that's later on, obviously it will schedule it for that, okay? Now there's other things you could do as well, that if you didn't want to record, we'll say there's, I'm another huge fan of SpongeBob SquarePants, right? You could just click the OK button, and what that will do is it'll actually set a reminder for me to watch that later on. So if I was on a different channel, it would come up and, you know, remind me that SpongeBob SquarePants is on, and you know, so that I'd never miss an episode, you know. So that's basically it. So you can hit OK to cancel the reminder again, and I'm just going to go back up to Jonas here now, and I'm just going to hit the stop button, or sorry, hit the record button here to actually cancel the recording. So I'm going to stop recording Jonas, okay? So if I exit out of that, say I want to play back my, you know, my recordings or whatever, there's a couple of ways you can go into this, but the main way is on the right hand side of your remote control, just above the channel up and down button, there's a button called LIB, and that stands for library. So if you click in there, you'll see the things that I've just recorded there. So you can see I recorded Jonas, and you can see the time, the date, the length of the recording, things like that. And all you have to do is simply just press play. So it gives you the option to play from the start or to resume. Let's say you happen to record a full film and you only watched half it one night and you want to watch the other half the next night, it'll allow you to resume from the point that you left off. But like, I only recorded a few seconds there, so I'm just going to say play from start. So that's fine. And if you want to get out of that, then all you have to do is simply hit the stop button and you're back to the library. If you want to get back out of the library, all you have to do is just simply hit the exit button and you're back to normal live TV. So that's basically just a little bit about the pause and record functions and how you play back your recordings on the Walker WP645TS-HD combo receiver.